Fred Hampton, the leader. They killed before he turned 22. They killed him while he was sleeping. That is how many people still describe what happened to Fred Hampton on December 4, 1969, in Chicago, Illinois. Fred Hampton was only 21 years old, yet he had already become one of the most influential young leaders in the civil rights movement. Born on August 30, 1948, in Summit, Illinois, Hampton grew up witnessing racial injustice in the United States. But instead of remaining silent, he chose to organize. As a teenager, Hampton became active in the NAACP, where he quickly rose to leadership. He organized youth programs, protested discrimination, and began speaking publicly about inequality. People noticed something unusual about him. He could move crowds. By the time he joined the Black Panther Party, Hampton's influence exploded. But what made Hampton truly dangerous to those in power was not just his speeches. It was what he was building. He helped organize the Rainbow Coalition, a political alliance that united Black activists, Latino groups, and poor white working-class organizations. Hampton believed that poverty and injustice connected people across race. His message was simple but powerful. Unite the poor, challenge the system. For many officials, that idea was unacceptable. During the late 1960s, the Federal Bureau of Investigation was running a secret program known as COINTELPRO. Its purpose was to monitor, infiltrate, and disrupt political groups the government considered threatening. Fred Hampton quickly became one of their targets. The Federal Bureau of Investigation used informants inside the Black Panther Party. One of those informants provided detailed information about Hampton's apartment in Chicago. He even helped draw a map of the layout. In the early morning hours of December 4, 1969, at around 4:45 a.m., police officers and federal agents surrounded the apartment on 2337 West Monroe Street. Inside, Fred Hampton was sleeping beside his pregnant girlfriend. The police burst through the door and opened fire. Nearly 100 shots were fired into the apartment. Witnesses later said Hampton barely woke up. Some reports suggested he had been drugged earlier that night by the informant who worked with authorities. When the shooting stopped, Fred Hampton was still alive but unconscious. Two officers then entered the bedroom. Moments later, two final gunshots were heard. Fred Hampton was dead. He was 21 years old. Police initially claimed it was a violent gun battle, but later investigations revealed something shocking. Almost all the bullets came from the police. The apartment walls were filled with police gunfire. Years later, lawsuits and investigations exposed how deeply the Federal Bureau of Investigation had been involved in targeting Hampton. The government eventually paid a settlement to Hampton's family and other survivors. But the bigger question still lingers in American history. Why was a 21-year-old community leader treated like a national threat? Fred Hampton once said something that still echoes decades later. "You can kill a revolutionary, but you can't kill the revolution." His life was short, but the movement he inspired never disappeared. Follow Dark Evidence for more.